Chapter 2 History of Marbles. Now this segment, well, it's a tad bit boring. I mean, let's face it, history is never fun. But I assure you, the history of marbles is pretty darn interesting. Historians, those intrepid explorers of the past, assume that the delightful origin of marbles can be traced all the way back to around 2500 BCE, when our cave-dwelling ancestors, yes, the very same folks who perhaps invented the concept of family game night, were busy having a grand old time tossing small rounded pebbles or balls made from natural clay. These attractive little orbs, affectionately referred to as comedies, have been dug up in a variety of fascinating places, including the opulent tombs of ancient Egypt, within the sacred burial grounds of Native Americans, and even nestled among the grand towering pyramids of the ancient Aztecs. Just think about it. These early games of chance and skill were no doubt taking place long before the birth of the internet, or even board games. Fast forward to the mid-19th century, a time when innovation was in the air, and a German glassblower who was undoubtedly sick and tired of making just window panes, decided it was time to create a pair of specialized scissors for cutting molten glass. This genius invention made the delightful world of glass marbles, aka MIBs, not just a luxury for the elite, but accessible for everyone. Suddenly, children from all walks of life could enjoy these rounded treasures, much to the delight of playgrounds everywhere. Now let's dive into the heart of the marble playing experience. The classic game of marbles takes place in a grand arena called the marble ring that spans an impressive 3 to 10 feet across, provided you have a flat surface to work with. Each player earnestly contributes between 8 to 15 marbles to this playing circle, creating a ravishing mosaic of colors and patterns that will make even the most disciplined artists envious. But wait, we must first determine who gets the privilege of shooting first. Enter the age-old tradition known as the lag. The simple yet effective preliminary contest involves drawing a circle somewhere on the outside of the circle, and each player takes a shot with a prize taw, or shoot a marble if you will. Now this isn't just any old marble. The taw is a bit heftier, akin to the cue ball in a game of pool, allowing for a more strategic approach as players aim their shots. It's always the closest marble to the line that wins this initial round of glory, setting the stage for the ensuing competition. The player who comes out on top gets to place their taw nonchalantly in the crook of their index finger and thumb. Then, like a warrior preparing for battle, they drop to one knee and bend over slightly, pressing their knuckles firmly on the ground just at the edge of the marble circle. With their eyes laser beamed on the center, where all those coveted marbles lie waiting, they skillfully flick the taw with their thumb, sending it flying toward the unsuspecting MIBs. As the marbles scatter out the ring like tiny, colorful soldiers in retreat, any marble knocked out belongs to the shooter, adding to their personal collection. The game carries on with each person taking turns with equal fervor and enthusiasm. Ultimately, when the dust settles and the marbles have been annihilated or taken to the cleaner's safe gathering, in other words, all knocked out of the circle, the player who knocks out the most marbles emerges victorious. A true champion in the timeless game of marbles, basking in the sweet satisfaction of luck, skill, and a splash of nostalgia. Chapter 3 Rules of Engagement. In this captivating world of marbles, where vibrant little glass balls glimmer under the bright lights, the game has undergone a remarkable transformation, evolving in ways that only enhances excitement, but also highlights the extraordinary talent of its players. The classic rules have been revamped, introducing new layers of complexity and challenges that elevate the thrill of every match. What was once considered formal play has now developed an air of taboo, yet paradoxically, it retains its importance, predominantly enjoyed for the sheer joy it brings to those who partake. A seismic twist has been introduced to the gameplay dynamic, transforming the opening round into an electrifying spectacle known as the insult round, a marble showdown steeped in a sacred tradition of playful banter. Here, players engage in a playful verbal duel, hurling hilarious jokes and witty remarks at each other, a nostalgic nod to when friends would gather for laughter-fueled ribbing sessions. Think back to a time when the classic yo mama jokes was fad, or when extravagant, exaggerated fat jokes about one's friends could send an entire room into fits of laughter. From hairline jokes to racial slurs, to how poor your family is, or as low as riding a short yellow bus. Nothing is off limits, and nobody is exempt from getting joked on in this spirited exchange, provided that it's all in the name of good jesting. The crucial, unwritten rule: none of it should be taken to heart. However, in this realm of clever quips and spirited manner, cultivating a thick skin becomes an essential armor. It's not uncommon for a well-timed zinger to throw a marvelist off their rhythm entirely, as if they're dancing off beat to a catchy tune, causing some to even consider throwing in the white towel, even before the main event begins. After all, nothing sends a competitor reeling like a brilliantly crafted joke that sends the audience cracking up with laughter at their expense. Winning in the epic marble battle of insults is a rite of passage. The player who can navigate this comedic gauntlet with a masterful combination of wit and humor, without surrendering in a thrilling best-of-3 series, comes out triumphant. The champion of this verbal jousting earns not only the glory of their peers, but also the acclaimed privilege of taking the first shot in the marble match on deck, marking their dominance in a game that blends both skill and friendship. And so, as the dust settles from the war of words, one can see the true essence of a marvelist begin to take shape, a pioneer in a world where laughter and competition intertwine, forging bonds as colorful and intricate as the marbles themselves. So, dear reader, now you grasp the dynamic essence of a marvelist. Chapter 4: Becoming a Top Dog Marbleist. The tale begins at a legendary location known simply as The Rock. Much like the famed Rucker Park in New York, The Rock is a hallowed ground, a sanctuary for the sport of marbles. But it transcends mere comparison. This is not just any park. It's the ultimate arena that cultivates the cream of the crop of marble players, those who rise to become the top dog marbleists. In this vibrant atmosphere, individuals don't just play marbles. They embody excellence, achieving a status akin to rock stars. Their skill and charisma attract a fervent following of devoted fans, while a parade of enthusiastic admirers, including passionate marble groupies, flock to witness the spectacle. However, the journey to attaining the title of Top Dog Marbleist, acronym TDM, is no easy path. In fact, the challenges facing aspiring players can be likened to those trying to break into the competitive world of acting, an endeavor that often seems nearly impossible. Those who wish to claim the coveted annual Marble Championship title must do so at least twice to become a Top Dog Marbleist. But the competition is fierce, especially from a group alarmingly dubbed the New School Marbleists. These up-and-coming contenders, way better than the average wannabes, possess an extraordinary level of skill and finesse, who yearn for fame and the glamorous treatment that comes with VIP status. Their desires run deep, as if they're waiting for some kind of savior, a veritable marble messiah, to swoop in and topple the reigning top dog marbleists. While their gameplay might not be on the same level, one thing that does equal the playing field is their wardrobe. Looking fly is not just encouraged, it's an absolute necessity. Imagine stylish baggy jeans that flow effortlessly, a tricked out t-shirt with your marble name emblazoned on the front, a funky pair of glamorous knee pads designed to dazzle, and then eye-catching engraved marble bags that swing from their belt loops or shoulders like pendulum clocks. Flashy color bandanas are a staple accessory, with the notable exception of red and blue, which are reserved for gang affiliations, are strictly prohibited. The bandanas can be worn around the head for that edgy style, modeled as a striking neck accessory, worn as a funky belt, or casually brushed out the back pocket for that swag look. Our philosophy that embodies the sport: there is no crime when it comes to playing marbles, just marbles with an attitude. Next comes perhaps one of the most crucial elements of all: a marble name. Every aspiring player needs one, and it must begin with the letters MAR or MARBO, followed by a name that captures the essence of their character. Picture names like Mob Shorty or Marble Maniac. Clever nicknames that boast their identities, as well as their unique styles and personas. Once the name is established, the next order of business is locating a trusty sidekick, an ally akin to a caddy in golf. This pivotal partner is responsible for carrying your marble bag, supplying you with the perfect toy at just the right moment, and your very own personal cheerleader during every match. Whether your sidekick is your best friend, a relative, a coach, a girlfriend, boyfriend, a hype man, or even a friendly stranger met by chance, their company is essential in competitive games. Even so, if you're in the middle of a more friendly match, where the stakes are low, the absence of a sidekick can be forgiven. But for the elite TDMs, a necessary formality exists. They require permission from the ambassador of marbles to engage in friendly matches, a rule echoing the restrictions unique to pro boxers, who can't just run around boxing in the streets all willy-nilly. As you check off all the requirements, your style, your name, your trusty sidekick, you find yourself on the exhilarating path to becoming a new school marbleist, with hopes soaring high enough to eventually reach the echelon of a top dog marbleist.